I'm, I'm your host, Ricky Drama, here tonight, live here in Cebu, Philippines. It's almost 10 p.m. here in Cebu. It's Friday night, and we just got done. I just got done listening to Frank. It's never my fault, Battaglia. In his total meltdown. I mean, why are you melting down on me for, Frank? I mean, if you think it's a good idea to go to Rafi Tufo and take him your immigration case, because you're a victim in all this, then go to Rafi Tufo. Let's just face it, okay? Broke Frank, okay, because that's what he is. Broke Frank Battaglia, completely broke tonight, sitting there on Trash Island there in where's that Trash Island called? Oh my God, what's that stupid island called? The Trash Island. He lives out there. But anyway, he has no money. He has no money, ladies and gentlemen. He has zero funds. Okay, he has no money. You can't even afford to go to Cebu for 2 days. I mean, they come here, and then they leave immediately after a day. Okay, you have no money. They have no money, and now Mr. Smart, Mr. Frank, it's never my fault, Battaglia, he's got all these contacts at the Department of Justice in Cebu. He can just walk in there with his file of evidence and take down anybody he wants in the Philippines. It is the same guy. It is the same guy, right? That can't even get a verdict on his immigration case, even though he's already deported. They've already made a decision last year to deport your ass. Like, you're gone. You're deported. You're blacklisted for 5 years. You're on the watch list. You're fucking history. Okay, who knows why they didn't implement it yet? But you're finished. So broke Frank, collect all your evidence. Okay. Take it to your lawyer, pay all the fees, file it with the prosecutor. But he knows there's no cyber libel there. Ladies and gentlemen, I've never said anything that's cyber libel, okay? There's many jurisdictions, okay, in the Philippines, many prosecutors' office. Many have never, like on Bohol, the island of Bohol, they've never done a cyber libel case, okay, on a foreigner. They've never even done one before, okay. So there's a lot of places that won't even do it, and then they had the most extreme circumstances with Barry Jordan, okay, and they can only get through 3, okay, or they only got through 5, and they only got through 5 of them, okay. That's it. So broke Frank, okay? You have all these contacts, but yet you're completely fucked at immigration. Why don't you just go, and take care of why don't you worry about your immigration, even though you're deported already? This fucking clown, bro. You're a fucking clown, Frank. It's never my fault, Battaglia. You're a fucking clown. You're a broke fucking loser, okay? You have no money to do shit, okay? You can't file shit. You can't travel anywhere. You have no money to go anywhere because you make a piddly, insignificant, little dicky $1,200. I'm sorry, maybe you got $1,230 a month now. You can't afford to do anything. Ridiculous. It's all ridiculous, man. It's all ridiculous. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm trying hard out here. But anyway, it was just hilarious, because Frank Battaglia put on a video late this afternoon. Goes, hey, I'm gonna go to Rafi Tufo, and I'm going to the newspapers, and I'm gonna get all this done, And then next thing you know, oh, we got a donor. We got a donor, 500 AED from V Sausage. Frank's the biggest clown in the Philippines. 500 AED. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. V Sausage. Thank you very much. Oh, that's very kind of you, Mr. Sausage. Thank you very much, Mr. Sausage. Oh, Frank, I just got over $100 donor, Frank, because you're such a piece of shit, Frank. Frank, what do they call it? I knew I ever do anything wrong, or I'm above the law, Battaglia. Somebody sent me over $100 US, Mr. V Sausage out there in Dubai. There's about 500 Dubai dollars, because you know why, Frank? Because I'm the voice of truth. I'm the voice of reason. I mean, Frank, what was I supposed to do? Beautiful Shaw, Barry Jordan's girlfriend, was in the most trying time of her life. What was I supposed to do? I was asked to do a couple things because I'm here on the ground. I'm here in the Cebu City, and I could help out. And that's what I did. I helped out with some logistics and some situations. But sooner or later, Frank, sooner or later, they're going to be coming for you there on Trash Island. Battalion, they're going to be coming. It's going to be the immigration arrest team, and you're going to be in those handcuffs. They're going to put you in the paddy wagon, and they're going to take you down to the airport, and they're going to send you to Manila to the immigration detention center, where you can join good old Slim. You join good old Slim and Vitaly. And of course, most of all, Barry Lee Jordan will be there. And he's been lifting weights every day. He's been training in the martial arts. I heard Barry Lee Jordan now is a black belt. And your little 71-year-old, good old, remember that, Mr. Sausage, that thank you for the $500. Remember that little move thing? Remember that when Frank was doing that video? Frank's he's like, how do you say it? He's like, he walks like, he has so much inflammation. He has so much. He can't even walk, bro. He's like, it is like he's how do you explain? Like he's solid or something? He's completely solid. He can't move, bro. He can't move. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got $5 from Righteous Billy. Link for Don C. Well, put the link in, bro. Link for Don C. Okay, I'll find it here. Well, anyway, go to Don C's channel. Go to Don C's channel. Go check out his latest video on Frank Battaglia. Thank you very much. $5. Righteous Billy. Can you believe Righteous Billy from New Hampshire that Frank? It's never my fault Battaglia would try and go to Rafi Tufo. I mean, did you ever think through the ramifications of all these things, Frank? You ever think through of all the ramifications? Like, for example, Frank, okay, what about all the government agencies that have been protecting you all these years, okay? They've been protecting you all these years for all the crappy, terrible things you said about all these Filipinas. What if they were asked to go on the Rafi Tufo show, Frank, and explain why they're protecting you and not protecting their citizens, their Filipinas? Oh, what? Oh, yeah, Frank. Isn't that right, Mr. Sausage? Why just believe another $5? Thank you very much, Billy. Don C wants to come on the panel. Okay, we'll put out the link here. But yeah, man. Thank you, Mr. Sausage, for the $500. I appreciate it. $500. Thank you very much. God bless you, bro. God bless you, bro. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It makes me happy now. Now I'm back. Now I'm back, motherfucker. Now I'm back. I'm back in the business. We got live game Don C on the chat. Coming in from Dark Side Battalion. All right, there's a link, man. But anyway, thank you very much again, Mr. Sausage. Thank you very much, Mr. Sausage. V Sausage, $500. Thank you very much. Frank is the biggest clown in the Philippines. Yes, he is. He's the biggest fucking clown, the biggest fucking loser, and a broke as a joke. Frank Battaglia, broke. You have no money to do any of this shit. You have no money. And he's like, I'm gonna take your stuff, and I'm going to the Department of Justice, and I'm going to go ahead and take care of all this. And let's see.
Ricky Drama, Sick Grandpa, you are the man. I am proud to be here tonight.
What's going on in Battalion, man?
It's all good. It's beautiful weather. I'm happy to be here to give the Republican counterpoint to Frank's message. So the conservative to Frank's injustice video. So here's a man who's a pathological liar. He has spent his entire life lying, not only to the celebrities he knows, from Drew Barrymore to, the list goes on, but to all of his accomplishments, selling portraits and pictures to Bill Gates, and the lies he does it's a constant everyday deal. But the way that he shamed Shaw, Barry's girlfriend, is well known for everyone. Now, Frank is very careful in the messaging he uses, saying that he never said specific words. But that's not what Shaw claims, or anybody else knows, or the actual recordings that we have. Frank used completely different words. He said that Barry paid her for sex, to come and have sex with him. That's what he said. He didn't use the word prostitute or whore, but it meant the same thing. And of course, it upset Shaw, which it would for any woman. That's why he cannot come to Thailand, because I have Frank recorded saying things about my wife. And the day he lands here in Thailand, it's a 10 years we have to get Frank. And so he's got another 4.5 years to wait. He cannot, if he comes on Thailand, his ass is going to jail. So he has to rule Thailand out of any place when he gets thrown out. My wife will be glad to throw his ass in jail. And
tonight, Don C. Frank Battaglia, after he gets deported from the Philippines and he goes to Thailand, you will put Frank Battaglia.
My wife is waiting with a recording to put Frank in jail. And here, you can't even do a complaint online about a company. So a Thai national who is a respected businesswoman that Frank called a whore will put Frank in jail within 72 hours when he lands. So please come to Thailand, Frank. We beg of it. We're waiting for that day. Our lawyer, we have an attorney for not only for our company, but he handles our private matters. And he has the video and the tape time-stamped. And in Thailand, we will put your ass in jail. And you will spend more time in jail here than Barry has spent in the Philippines. So please come to Thailand. We would love that to happen. Now, I could go through.
What's Frank complaining about? Shaw over the course of of her trying to get help over all the abuse that Frank gave to her, went to the psychiatrist and spent a lot of time there.
Oh, poor Shaw. She has been through. She's been through hell. She's been through hell. She is no different than Gilda trying to protect Frank, who's her money source. Shaw has Barry a true love, not a fake love, not a bought love, a true love, and that Barry Shaw love story. Listen, if that doesn't bring a tear to your eye, you are not compassionate and not a human. I believe in that love. That's a true love, not like Frank and Gilda. Not a bought love, a true love.
I was there witnessing in firsthand. Remember, we were there live streaming Barry's birthday party.
Exactly right. You saw it.
I remember that moment they were kissing, and I put the camera.
You saw it.
You guys happy about this now? You can see their love.
You saw true love. Now, how many times has everyone here has seen that when Frank leans in for a kiss, Gilda turns away? Of course, her job is a caretaker. Her job is not to be kissed by the master. Now, that's why Barry and Shaw have that deep, deep love, and Frank has that bought love. Completely different. You saw it, Ricky.
Frank always blamed. He's always making accusations of everybody else buying love, but Frank is just he's delusional, and he's a nutcase.
It's as delusional as him knowing Denzel Washington.
And Roseanne.
These are right. This is so Frank has suffered from delusions his whole life. Not Frank's when he says Frank has been dealing with these issues and these drugs for 30, 40 years. Like I want to make sure everybody understands that Frank was caught at being a scam artist. He tried to sue Seattle for disability, and they hired private investigators who filmed Frank loading lumber, and he lost that case because they realized he's a scammer, but he had to sue the state to get the disability. Frank is a guy that never accomplished anything in his whole life. Giving away prints.
He got Social Security disability, but he never got
at 42 or 43 years old. He's been disabled for 25 years before he went on Social Security. That's why he has the meager amount that he has. Exactly right. That's why he has that meager amount that he has today, which is dwindling, ever so much to the very bottom every day. It's Frank is watching. He wakes up in the middle of the night. He looks at his bank balance and sees how it's lower and lower every day. And if he gets kicked out, now how does he support two households? The day he gets kicked out, actually, while he's headed to the airport, Gilda already has her Filipina Cupid profile set up. She just hits live, and it's but when they snap the handcuffs, you're going to hear two things at the same time: the snap of the handcuff, and then within a millisecond, the go live on Filipina Cupid for Gilda. Those two things are going to happen within milliseconds.
And Pina Love, bro, she'll be on Pina Love. And beautiful Gilda will be.
Of course, Gilda will hide. All of a sudden, the kids have to go into hiding again. So she'll tell the kids, "Now listen, you'll all have to go stay at relative's house for a year while I try to trap another sex pat." But she knows how to do that. She gets that. She didn't explain to Frank that she had 8 kids for a year and a half. And each time she brought a new one in, she would say, Frank, oh, is this a cousin, a nephew? Well, this is my kid. Oh, Frank said, oh, 2, oh, 3, oh, 4. She said, that's the last one. I only have 4. And then 6, another month, a 5th one, 5. I thought you only had 4. Well, 5, and then 6, and then 8. And Frank has the nerve to talk about his daughter who has 5 kids. Now, Gilda has 8, and he tells about his daughter saying, she's a baby factory. I have to tell you that, that look around the corner, Gilda is the baby factory. And then Frank this has been the funniest part. We've enjoyed this. Frank has got himself, like Fazio, he got himself in this echo chamber of crazy people. And so Frank has got into this crazy far left, like even The View, like Whoopi Goldberg started laughing about the place that Frank gets his news, saying they're crazy. Now, if Whoopi Goldberg, thinks that the news you're getting is crazy, you could bet your ass that far left shit is crazy. But Frank, thinks it's completely natural, and that Donald Trump has killed people, and he's a nutcase. He actually is nuttier than anyone on that we have on YouTube. He's become the nuttier. Like Fazio doesn't even hold a candle to Frank at this point.
Yeah, and who does all these shows for who comes on here and just talks for 8-9 hours a day, just about the most useless content you could ever imagine. I mean, no one's ever learned anything from this clown. I mean, the guy is just full of shit. I mean, and he doesn't know he's such a fucking loser. All he did was pick up dog shit in a Seattle park, and he filed for disability after he got his photography degree, from his useless college in New York City.
Right. Yeah.
Then he got a job in Seattle picking up shit, cleaning condoms out of bathroom stalls in Seattle. I mean, don't imagine how fucking nasty that was. Then he claims disability, and then he's next thing you know, he's running around Ayala Mall and he hooks up with some Filipino with 8 kids that was an OFW for all this time.
8 kids. That's just so funny.
Loser.
I mean, you couldn't find. I mean, you would have to work hard to find a bigger loser than a bar girl with 8 good kids. I mean, that's not even hardly possible unless it's a cartoon. That's just the funniest thing in the world, that he got if you look at the bottom of the barrel and you scrape the bottom of the barrel, really scraped it, and then you dug to the bottom of the barrel and you found the dirt, and you went through the dirt and you dug another 50 yards, you're 100 yards away from her. So I don't know what the hell he's talking about. That's, he found the absolute rock bottom. But she did the same thing. She found rock bottom.
And I mean, for her, it was a great find, because
of course,
the ultimate Frank Battaglia is the ultimate cuck, the ultimate simp. I mean, he just gives every single penny away, and then he sells his lifetime asset in Hilo, Hawaii. He sells his lifetime asset, abandons everything there, including his family, and then runs there and just buys it all for a woman he doesn't even really know that well. I mean,
no question, he didn't know her. I mean, obviously, he didn't even know she had 8 kids. I mean, she took a year before she could explain all these people that are on the house are related to her. But of course, he had to buy her a house. She demanded that because she realized this guy's a fucking nutcase, and he would give that willingly because she's the only person who would put up with him. Look, his own brother, had to deal with Frank, and I'm completely convinced that whatever the dog, I don't remember the dog, but I remember that when I saw a picture of Riley or whatever, he seemed very skinny. And then after Al passed away, he seemed pretty fat. I'm not sure exactly what happened during that process, but Frank made a comment that he called Al every day. I call him every day. But then it was, 2 weeks later, he called and found out that not only did Big Al pass, but he was sitting on a shelf in over the sister's mantle. So, Frank is a known pathological liar, that anybody who believes anything he says is fucking crazy. So, I wanted to come on and just say that I, for one, am promising, and I would rather do this up front than in the past. I hope that Shaw would get an attorney, or if she has an attorney, I will gladly give 50,000 pesos to that attorney not to represent her if something happens, but to proactively reach out and get to Frank now. So, Ricky, you know how to get a hold of me?
To do what?
The money is there.
What do you want done?
Well, here's what I think. I think Shaw should not wait to see what happens. I think that there's enough information, and I have enough information and timestamp to do. Well, to say this, I think that what's happening is that she should go after Frank proactively and say, look, and I'm going to say this publicly. That way, I want immigration everybody to hear this. Shaw doesn't have money for this. I'm going to help Shaw get the money to represent herself against an expat who has threatened her numerous times, maybe 50 times. I've got maybe 15 or 20 different timestamps of where he's threatened her. Now, this is the good deal. I would
Yeah, but he's
gladly
already
give.
he's already deported. You know, no one believes this, but he's deported, man. We
Well,
just
listen,
understand
listen.
why.
I've seen the paperwork. I know
Why?
100%.
You know,
I've
who
seen
knows
the
why
paperwork
they're not doing
myself.
it yet?
I also know 100%. I know the paperwork is real, and you know, people that say it's fake, and you know, I know Frank says it's fake, and other people. I actually know the paperwork is real, and I just know it's just a question of, you know, everything is slower. But it would be funnier if he had to spend more money while he's there waiting, trying to defend himself on another case. So you got to get a hold of me. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
you know,
well,
Shaw, you don't have to worry.
I think that's you know, he has to be detained first. So they have
Well,
to, you know,
I'm
they have
not
to do
sure
a
how everything
restraining order.
has, but
No.
I want you,
They have
and
to
I
do a
told
restraining
Eric the
order.
same thing.
Yeah, they have to do
I'm
a
just
restraining order
saying,
in order to arrest him. So that's
I
not,
get it, no problem. But I'm telling you, and I told Eric already that, you know, 50,000 pesos, $1,000, basically, you know, no problem. I will throw that in to help defend her or proactively make Frank's life miserable. And I hope that he plays this for immigration, because I have so much stuff that I could send to immigration on him. And of course I have, but I even have more. But you know, I want to come on and just state that publicly. I'm a man of my word. And you know, I would, you know, I'm putting that on your show, and I told Eric and to pass this on to Shaw that, you know, I'm backing her. She does not have to worry about Frank at all.
oh, well, that's great news, man.
Well,
Great, you know.
I think
I mean,
we
she
have to
already
stand
has
up
an
to
attorney and
bullies.
everything. I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
Well,
she has an
and
attorney and everything. So,
anyways, I'm gonna drop off, but I wanted to share one thing with you. We had dinner the other night in the place that you and I met with the cake girl, and we were laughing because I just want to share this. Nobody else will get this but you. They moved the cake stand to way back in the back, so you can't run out with a cake. So nobody else will understand that, but you and I. But
man, that girl, man, that was freaking hilarious.
all right, dude, you have a great night. It's been good talking to you. I'm going to listen in, and you have a great evening.
I mean, so the bottom line is you want to send 50,000 peso to.
Of course, Shaw does not have to worry about representation against Frank. Don't worry. Frank is a shallow man who doesn't have a bark or a bite. And between the people that I know, Shaw will have representation that it has more value than Frank, and so she's not afraid. You know, I've already got, you know, information back that she's not concerned at all, and Frank just is going to have to just live with what happens. And so, but I, you know, I'm going to make sure to contribute to make sure that Shaw is not going to be coerced or threatened by Frank.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Well, Ricky, good talking to you, and I hope to see you soon.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, buddy. Bye.
Thanks for coming on, man. So that was Don C coming in from the Dark Side Battalion. He said, Don C said tonight that, you know, if Frank decides, to go to Thailand after he's deported from the Philippines, Don C will be putting a case on Frank right away and putting him in the jail in Thailand for defamation of a Thai girl. How many times did Frank Battaglia call everyone else's girlfriends, you know, whores and prostitutes and sluts and all this crazy stuff, you know? But don't you dare call Frank's girlfriend anything, you know, because, you know, you can't do that, but he can call your girlfriend any name he wants, you know. But, you know, I met Gilda. I think Gilda's a fabulous woman. I think she's beautiful. I think, you know, she has a lot of charisma. I can see why Frank liked her. I can see everything why Frank fell for her. I totally understand, you know. But let's just face it, man. Let's just face it, you know. Frank's deported. You know, it's time to say bye to Frank, Gilda, and move on, you know, hopefully to Jimmy. Hopefully you pick up Jimmy, your husband. You know, Gilda's still married to Jimmy, her husband, and they can have a beautiful family together at the house there at Battine Island. So we got $2 from Alabaster Smudge. Hello, Alabaster Smudge. I've seen something about you're taking Asian Jim and Dexol to Cheesecake Factories. Come on, man. Or you send them money for Cheesecake Factory out there in the province, bro. I mean, what is up, everybody, with all these? Thank you for the $2, Alabaster Smudge. Again, thank you very much, Sausage, for the $500. I appreciate it. Out there in Dubai, beautiful Dubai tonight. What is up with all these guys, you know, trying to sell the Philippines as a destination? You know, why is everyone so, you know, going crazy about trying to sell the Philippines as a destination? I don't understand why it's everyone's business on YouTube, Alabaster Smudge, to sell the Philippines as a place to come, a place to go, that it's a great place to be, you know. I mean, it saves you money on rent. You know, you can meet a girl and have some fun, or have a relationship, and or have a quality, you know, girlfriend experience. You know, it's a lot cheaper than Thailand, because right now Thailand, for every $8,000 to spend, you lose $2,000 in currency exchange in Thailand. So you get $2,000 more in the Philippines than you would in Thailand right now today, 2026. Why would you go to Thailand? It makes absolutely no sense. But, you know, you can go to Thailand and get a water bottle like Cheap Charlie, Billy Blue, and just walk around Pattaya with a water bottle and, you know, tell everybody, and, you know, it's a great place to go. I mean, Cheap Charlie's finished. Cheap Charlie's done. His channel's toast. His channel's toast, and you know, it's just, you know, he had a run, he had a great run. He's the greatest of all time. Just let it go, Charlie. Let it go. It's time to go home. Then we got $10 from Don C. Thank you very much, Don C. $10 from Don C. He's Frank's best friend, Denzel Washington. That's right. Frank and Denzel Washington went to the same high school. They sure did in New York. They sure did, man. They sure did. It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy what happened to Frank. It's a tragedy what happened to Frank, bro. But you know, Frank couldn't shut his mouth. Frank couldn't shut his mouth, and then he stayed off YouTube for 3 months, and he came back on it. We got $20 from Alabaster Smudge. Thank you very much, Alabaster Smudge. I hear a lot from Jim. Glad you're around, Ricky. Thank you very much, Alabaster Smudge. Thank you very much. We all wish best for Asian Jim, Alabaster Smudge. Of course, we wish the best for Asian Jim. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to turn out well. And again, Alabaster Smudge, you know, Jim called me a pedophile like 5 times. You know, what am I supposed to do? You know, not react to that? But anyway, that's the way it goes. But thank you very much, Alabaster Smudge. I appreciate that super chat, man. Thank you. Thank you, Don C. And thank you, Bass. Thank you, Mr. Sausage in Dubai for the 500. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. And who else sent the $2? Somebody sent $2. All right, Righteous Billy, thank you for the $10. Thank you very much. Very kind, very kind, very kind. We alert in the chat. We alert coming in from Jopian Beach, Thailand, outside of Pattaya. You know, it's very dangerous there, Wingler. Now it's very dangerous. You know that British expat, the guy in the 80s, is in his 80s. He was crowned, I guess, and he got killed in the crosswalk by some guy from Bangladesh driving a motorbike down the street. You know, super fast. Some guy from Bangladesh. Some guy from Bangladesh just kills a knighted British journalist, right? And you know, and it's like, oh well. I mean, that's why I can't even think about living there anymore, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, just just their complete disregard for life. Like, oh well, it don't matter if that British guy, he was knighted and he was killed by some guy from Bangladesh, just driving down his motorbike wherever he wants. He'll come back as a frog. It's no problem. It's like I can't do that. I mean, Thailand's a complete disaster right now, bro. It's a complete disaster, bro. But they got the PM 2.5 just killing everybody. The pollution. I mean, let's just tell the truth right now. Edward Sweeney died. Okay, when he spent all that time in Udon Thani, if you're over 60 years old and you're around PM 2.5, that's particle matter 2.5, that's a pollution contaminant that's all over Thailand. It's all over Southeast Asia. When you're in that and you're over 60 years old for an extended period of time, you get most likely some type of cancer, bro. And he was there doing his live stream, trying to save money, sitting in some crappy hotel. And when you're my only point is, everybody, is that when you're living out here, bro. I mean, look at Kevin Thailand. Look at Kevin Thailand, the legendary Thailand YouTuber, who died from cancer. There's many, many people that died, in cancer in Thailand, or they got sick. You got to be, your number one thing is health out here, ladies and gentlemen. You got to be healthy out here. You got to be healthy out here. It's critical that you take care of your health. We got $5 from Wing Alert. $5 from Wing Alert. I saw a Russian guy pull a knife on another Russian dude last night. Yeah, it's dangerous, dude. It's dangerous. It's dangerous there. Let's face it, Thailand. Thailand. The only thing the girls care about in Thailand anymore are criminals and drug dealers. Okay, when you go to the bar now, when you go to the bars down there in Pattaya, Bangkok, Phuket, all they care about is criminal money and drug dealers and drug dealing money. That's all they care about in Thailand in 2026. If you have 16,000 baht, you get a pick on the cheek at the helicopter bar, on a Nightwish Group bar on Soy 6, you get a kiss on the cheek for 16,000 baht. That's almost $500. Yeah, you're like, wow, man, I got a kiss on the cheek. You know how much fucking action I get out here, Wing Alert, right now? I got a 26-year-old coming in here every day. Another earthquake. No, I'm just kidding. I got a 26-year-old every day, Wing Alert, every day doing caretaker services, bro. I mean, today, like, we just were in the bed, just having fun, and then we made lunch. We made some butter chicken and rice, and then she vacuumed the floor. She comes every day at 10 a.m. and leaves like at 3:30 or whatever. Caretaker services, 1,000 pesos a day, bro, and 300 pesos for transportation round trip back to Lapu-Lapu City. I mean, 1,300 pesos a day for caretaker services, and that's Monday through Friday with weekends off. That's right. At the Park Mall, she was getting 250 pesos a day. She was getting 250 pesos a day. I gave her a 4 times increase on her salary from 250 pesos a day to 1,000 a day, 5,000 a week, bro. And I just looked up the median wage in Cebu, 24,000 pesos a month. I mean, I got a full-time worker, and I'm paying. I got a full-time caretaker, and I'm paying $25,000 a week, bro, plus transportation. And we have the $20 from Alabaster Smudge, another $20 from Alabaster Smudge. Thank you very much. We're so lucky to have you in our lives, Ricky Drama. You're one of a kind. You started to make fun of me. I was honored in a weird way. Think about it, Mr. Smudge. Thank you for the $20. Again, another $20 from Mr. Smudge coming out here from Pattaya, Northern California. Thank you very much, sir. Very nice, very nice. Thank you very much. Oh, we all, you know what? At the end of the day, I love you guys, man. I love you guys, man. YouTube is just, you get so burned out on YouTube, bro. You get so burned out, bro. You get so burned out. You get so burned out, man. But let's just face it, I'm not out here, Alabaster Smudge, to be on YouTube, okay? I'm out here for the girlfriend experience. You know what I mean? I'm out here for the girlfriend experience. We got $10 for Internet Monster coming in from New Jersey tonight. $10 from Internet Monster, the new Thailand YouTube live streaming sensation. Internet Monster, $10. Ricky getting it done daily. Thank you very much. Internet Monster, $10. Thank you very much. Go to Internet Monster's channels now. Go to Internet Monster channel now. And you can check out his live streams. He was live streaming in Thailand like a madman. Unfortunately, I was in Germany and didn't have time to watch it. Man, the time lag there, bro. I mean, from Thailand to Germany is all screwed up. But I thank you for the $10, Internet Monster. I'm glad you're enjoying. I'm glad you enjoyed your vacation there with your. I can't understand who that girl you were with. Internet Monster was traveling to Vietnam and Singapore with some girl, was it a Filipina? And I couldn't figure out how you found her or whatever. But anyway, it all sounds good, man. Sounds good. Anyway, yeah, Alabaster Smudge. We all wish the best for we all wish the best for Asian Jim, but we all know it's going to turn into a train wreck. Okay, it's going to turn into a train wreck. And, we're just, but Asian Jim has the most boring content in the Philippines YouTube community. How did it go? How did this channel end up being such boring content? Now his latest video, Alabaster, is driving down a road, filming himself on a little, teeny, 50cc scooter that obviously they could barely afford the down payment to even get it out the door. I mean, just like, most likely, just like a Slim, pro-life traveler, pro-life predator, who I'm sure had everything written, all the cars and everything else, all the loans in the girlfriend wife's name. I'm sure everything's in Dexel's name, bro. You don't think Asian Jim would, the felon would put it in his name? I don't think so. What's going on here? I heard you're on an NBI hit list. Yeah, NBI, bro. NBI. Yeah. NBI. NBI's coming, bro. They're coming. Listen, man, I've never done anything that's going to, jeopardize my time in the Philippines. All right. There's nothing I've done. I've been doing this 5 years. 5 years. I don't do anything that would suit a cyber case. Okay. And on top of it all, no one's going to bring a cyber case because there's nothing there. It's very rare they even do them in the first place. And that's got to be something very, very significant. There's nothing there. There's nothing to do with any cyber case. They know it's a comedy show. I mean, they can't just lock up blogger after vlogger after vlogger. You know how much damage this does to the economy when it's all over international news that they're locking up YouTubers, bro? People are just like, whoa. Didn't you watch the press conference when they brought out Vitali again? He's like, we don't hold any animosity towards Vitali. We don't, we didn't do this. It wasn't personal. We didn't do anything like that. We just, he served the sentence. He expressed remorse, and now it's over. It's not over yet. He's got to get an NBI clearance. He's got to get his courts cleared, and then he's got to. Jasper. Jasper in the Philippines made some crazy live stream. Jasper in the Philippines, listen, man, all that happened was, the court cleared him. The court settled the cases, right? He probably pled guilty, and they said time served. Whoever had any civil suit, they settled with, okay? So it's done. It's cleared up. That's how it works in the Philippines, bro. Jasper, when you're arrested, okay, you get arrested. I'll tell you my case. You get arrested for assault. I got arrested for assault, right? They take you to the jail, okay? You go in the jail. You bail out of the jail, okay? You get a lawyer, okay? And then you show up to the court, and then hopefully at some point you get in front of the judge, you plead guilty, okay, and then the attorney kind of makes a deal with the judge, okay. The judge tells you what the sentence is. In this case, with mine, they're like, you're going to pay 50,000 peso fine, okay? I'm saying, okay, and then so you pay him 50,000 peso. You pay him 50,000 peso fine, and it's done. It's done, okay? It's done. And then as far as the civil suit, that's a whole different civil suit. And any time you could settle. See, in the Philippines, Jasper, in the Philippines, if you kill somebody, Jasper, in the Philippines, if you kill somebody on the road, you pull over and you PNP gets the family on the phone and you negotiate a price right there. Now, this is killing someone, Jasper, in the Philippines. If you kill someone on the road in the Philippines, you pull over and PNP gets the family on the phone. You negotiate a settlement, okay? 100, 200, 500 million pesos, whatever. You agree on the settlement, okay? And you pay it, okay, and it's done, okay. That's why when people get hit out here, let's say you're out here on the street, or you get hit by a car and you're on a motorbike or a pedestrian, you got to get the fuck out of the way, because they might try and run back and run you over again, okay. The hospital bill will always be more than the death benefit, okay. I mean, so if you get hit by some motherfucker, right, out here in Philippines, Thailand, and you get hurt, okay, and you're laying on the ground, I mean, fully expect them to come back and try and run you over again, because it's cheaper to pay out the death benefit than it is your hospital bill. And then think about it. You have your hospital bill. You got short-term disability, long-term disability. You have chronic ailment. You have acute ailment. You have all these problems. Okay, if you have somebody that's just injured. Okay, but if they're killed, you just have one payment. That's it out here, and that's how it fucking works out here, Jasper. That's how it works, okay? And that's how it's going to work in Pro-Life Travelers case. That's how it's going to work in the Vitali case, okay? Vitali had representation. They got money. They settled. I'm sure Vitali pled guilty on Zoom. He just pleads guilty on Zoom. They got a sentence. He pays it. They do the civils. They settle the civil cases. And then he goes ahead and gets his summary deportation, which the Immigration Board of Directors already approved of. He gets his MBI clearance. He gets his court clearance, and then he buys a ticket back to Moscow. Okay, that's how it works. That's it, period. Very simple, man. There's no side deal, and there's no shortcuts, and there's a simple fucking process. And Barry Lee Jordan, we did the same thing. Because of course we have Frank Pataglia today. I pocketed all the hashtag free Barry J money. I used every fucking penny to try and get Barry Lee Jordan out of the situation. That's what I did. And everyone that's trying to help Shaw knows that. Okay, everyone knows that. I did the best I could in this situation. We got the summary deportation. We were all ready to go. We're trying to get the NBA clearance, and then Frank's five charges got through. So. When is the deportation party? That's a good question, bro. When Frank gets arrested, okay, Frank's gonna get arrested at some point, hopefully, and that will be on Facebook, okay? That'll be on Facebook, hopefully. And then the other part is when Frank is put on the plane, showing his passport, and he's getting on the plane. That'll be on Facebook too. And then we're gonna have a big party in Cebu City there, Mr. Rich Bong. Oh, we have Rich Bong in the chat. Sorry, bro. Rich Bong in the chat. When is Frank's deportation party happening in Batayan Island? Yeah, we can do it in Batayan Island. That Big Joe Philippines, the big Hungarian, big Hungarian guy from Hungary. He shows his bar there. And we go to that bar. Did you see Sausage send me $500 there, Rich Bong? Yeah, from Dubai. Thank you very much, Sausage. Rich Bong, hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're doing great, man. I did a big, I got out of here before the typhoon flood here. Rich Bong, I went to Thailand. I went to Malaysia. I went to Las Vegas. I went to Germany, and then I came back, man. So I was gone over 3 months, staying in hotels over $100 a night, bro. I mean, I took such a hit, bro. But you know what? Still didn't. I still had all the money to cover it. But Rich Bong, now I got this hot 26-year-old coming in, bro. Oh, you wouldn't fucking believe this, bro. I meet her at Starbucks, and she's like, yeah, I really want to quit my job. I make $250 a day, and I make $250 a day, working at Park Mall, I'm like, oh, you work on second floor where all the counterfeit goods are. Oh, for $250 a day. Yeah, I really don't like it there. And, I wish I could be your caretaker. I'm like, okay, let's try it out, And so, then I took her to Chili's for lunch at SM Cebu, and I spent 3,000 pesos on the finest steak, ranch quesadilla, and Southwest egg rolls, and then I splurged and got her pork chop. I mean, you know how it is. You want a pork chop? You want a pork belly, baby? Yeah. And then we got her back here, and then she's been working every day being a caretaker every day for 1,000 pesos and 300 transportation. God, I love the Philippines, Rich Bong. I love the Philippines. And you, as a Philippine Australian, or an Australian Filipino, I'm sure you could appreciate the fact that I'm a Phil M. I'm a Phil M. That's what immigration said. I'm a Phil M. Anyway, man. Funny, bro. Vitali's leaving them all. Great news for him, man. Good for him, man. But we all wish Barry J can get out, bro. And unfortunately, talking to all the top people, man, they just said, you got to let Barry J's case go, man. It'll happen when it happens. Anyway, Rich Bong, we're glad to have you here, man. Expat crap. We can all bang his, oh, my God. Oh, that's not going to happen, bro. It's beautiful Gilda, man. Come on, man. Yeah, I don't, I never watched any of his videos because the whole channel, everything on there is fake. I mean, you know how many Eurotrash, criminals we have in the Philippines, bro? And I'll tell you one thing there, Jargon, okay? All these Dumageddon bloggers, okay, that are making these videos about this guy, okay, or whoever else is making videos about this guy, okay. I don't know if they're, listen, Dumageddon bloggers and Heidi and there's a bunch of fucking dipshit losers, but these people, in Europe, especially, when like Pro-Life Traveler, his family is here and they own businesses, they have a lot of connections, okay? They have a lot of fucking connections, okay? It would be very easy, okay? Just keep on ripping them, keep on making videos, but it'd be very easy for these people to find you and pin you between two cars, and you wake up in the hospital. I saw it myself. I saw it with my eyes happen, okay? I saw it myself, okay? Syndicate beating the shit out of people outside restaurants, foreigners, man. I saw it myself, bro. Keep on making your videos about them. Keep on doing it. I think it's a bad idea, man. You don't know who these people are connected to. You don't know who he has here. You don't know where his tentacles go out. You don't know what he's involved in, bro. You have no fucking idea what this Pro-Life Traveler is involved in. You're sitting there making videos, and you have no clue what's going on, bro. I mean, you're just fucking dumb, Dumageddon bloggers. You're just fucking stupid. You're stupid. That's right, Rich Bong. Big up Rich Bong. That's right, up as much. Thank you very much. Big up Rich Bong. That's right. Big up Rich Bong. Yeah, Rich Bong. Thank you for getting up so early. I mean, what time is it, man? I mean, it's early down there. Anyway, Rich Bong, Frank's making all kinds of videos about me. I mean, Rich Bong, dude, seriously, Frank thinks he can go on Rafi Tufo after 10 years in the Philippines, talking all this shit, calling all these Filipinas whores and prostitutes. You think you just can go on? You think you just can go on and talk about it on Rafi Tufo, and nothing's going to happen, bro? That Rafi Tufo just listen to Frank. He won't have Shaw on, Shaw's psychiatrist, Shaw's lawyer, 3 other Filipinas that Frank talks shit about, all the tapes, all the government agencies have been trying to protect Frank. Why were they protecting Frank and not the girls? I mean, all these people on the Rafi Tufo show, and this is going to blow up all over everybody, man. And then Frank's just sitting there like, what do you mean I got deported? Oh, they were right? Yeah, Frank, and after this show, I think you're going to jail. You're going to jail, Frank. You're going to jail, motherfucker. You're going to jail. You're going to jail, Frank. You're going to jail. Oh my God! Thank you, Mr. V Sausage, for the $500. Frank is the biggest clown of the Philippines. I can't emphasize this enough, ladies and gentlemen. This Frank Battaglia for 10 years has been like the most, the biggest stain, the biggest cum stain, the biggest dirt ball, the biggest scumbag that the Philippines YouTube community has ever seen. Okay, this guy, this clown, this loser fool that picked up dog shit and dirty condoms in Seattle parks, who got a worthless photography degree from his college in New York, where none of his family talks to him ever. I mean, this guy who came to the Philippines, and the first girl he met after losing 20,000 pesos at a ladyboy bar in Manila, he comes to Cebu. The first girl he meets has 8 kids, and he just says, "I love you all, man. I'll do anything." I mean, he just settles on the first girl he meets with 8 kids. Okay. But that's why V Sausage sent that $500, because we tell the truth about the scum of this community. We tell the truth about the dirt bags of this community. We tell the truth about Philippine YouTubers on Big Shot Travel, on Sick Grandpa, on Too Fat to Kidnap Life in the Red Zone. We come out and tell the truth. And because it's the truth, ladies and gentlemen, that's why there's no cyber charge. That's why there's no criminal charge. That's why there's no civil charge. That's why there's no, investigations. There's no, I gotcha. They could try here and there, I mean, I've been on Pina Love. And I've had girls, that are there at PNP, trying to talk to me to set me up, because I don't know if they're friends of this or friends of that. It don't matter. I've had PNP officers outside my door harassing me. They were sent here, man. I've seen it all. But we're always going to tell the truth on this channel. And V Sausage with that $500. Frank is the biggest clown of the Philippines. I can't say it enough. Frank Battaglia has been deported from the Philippines. He's a threat to the public in the Philippines. He's blacklisted for 5 years from ever coming into the Philippines again. And it's all Frank Battaglia's fault. Look in the mirror, Frank. Look in the mirror. Stand up out of your dirty, nasty bed. Go stand in the mirror and look in the mirror, and it's all your fault, Frank Battaglia. It's all your fault that you've been deported. It's all your fault you've been blacklisted for 5 years. It's all your fault that you'll never come back to the Philippines. Take accountability for once in your life, sir, for all the crap you've ever done, at least for one time in your life. take responsibility. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you. God bless you all for all the super chats. Thank you all for the love. I'm Ricky Drama here on Sick Grandpa. We're out here killing it. Thank you for the $500. He's like this Frank's the biggest clown in the Philippines. Stay alert. Stay alive, motherfuckers. Have a good night. Thank you. Thank you, Doc M. You're the man. 2026 YouTuber of the year.